A fourth victim? Fall have mercy! Were you able to glean aught of a connection to the other victims? The arbiters of truth? No, it cannot be. Somebody help! Miss Elliot, the voice came from the direction of the vault. We must hurry. Uh-oh. 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 Miss Ellie, are you hurt? That man, I only thought to ask him a few questions before I knew what was happening. He was upon me. I could only...
Bash his brains in with a conveniently placed bottle of mead, it would seem. Ha! Remind me not to get on your bad side, Miss Ellie. That said, is Nashu not with you?
She saw a figure lurking in the shadows and went off in pursuit before I could stop her. Oh, this man wears the armor of a Sultan-sworn squire, yet his face is unfamiliar to me. Something is amiss. The thief of many faces! To think that we would find our man like this.
Thrice and again did the fiend elude our grasp, but no more. By virtue of a gentleman's ingenious deductions and a lady's pugilistic puissance, I declare the case closed. I return this sachet to you, Miss Phyllis. Whilst the gesture was appreciated, in the end, it proved superfluous to my cracking of the case.
God. While you're at it, is there anything else of immense value you'd like to wantonly destroy? What? What is the meaning of this?
Ingenious. A double disguise, planted by the thief to throw us off his trail, no doubt.
This is Gucci, one of my most capable men. I assigned him to guard the vault and outfitted him with an ample supply of demasking dust. It is inconceivable that the thief could so easily elude his grasp.
Unless the thief was not wearing a mask. Speaking of which, has anyone seen Miss Ellie?
No, that is impossible.
Of course, it all makes perfect sense, with the Phantom Thief to thank for her burgeoning readership and the rise through the ranks at the Mithril Eye. Miss Ellie could not bear to face the possibility of her story of a lifetime coming to an end. Thus, she hatched a plan to... My lady! The vault's been breached. The wise men whisper. It's gone.
For her foul crimes against the Sultan, and I did hereby declare Ellie of the Mithril Eye, the thief of many faces, an enemy of the state. Deploy all troops and do not rest until she is in custody.
And now the game is truly afoot. What is the meaning of all this racket and rumpus? And just as we were about to make our triumphant return, isn't that so, Enkidu?
What is happening? Oh. Miss Ellie, Miss Ellie, that shadow you said you saw, I think it was just a dormouse. To think he'd literally stumble face first onto a second mask. His good fortune truly knows no end. But not to worry. Yes, I dare say the Phantom Thief has another trick or two up his sleeve.
Oh no! Oh no!
It's our very own. Now
we can't trust anybody. Oh man. What is that, quest 17 of 21? 18 of 21? How we doing? I can count them. Okay, completed. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. Only gets me to Coliseum. 17, 18, 19, and 20. Is Truths Untold. Oh, Beneath the Mask. Oh, that's not that far yet. 19. 19 of 21. Why does he have a chicken? You know, these are things that we could ask him. Okay, 3 left. 3 left. My ever-loyal associate, we must find Ellie, and quickly. Surely, if confronted by her constant companion, she can still be convinced to abandon this fool plan. Oh, Miss Phyllis, I thought you had already departed in the company of your men, but all for the better. Shall we conduct this search together?
I fear that would only put them at greater risk. Oh, you see, the 5th and final member of the Arbiter's Truth, the Phantom Thief's final target, is none other than...
Hildibrand, Amanda.
Me. Mind you, it's not a role I sought of my own accord. My name and my passion for history are somewhat well known in the Sultanate. One day, I received an anonymous letter stating that a position in the committee had opened and that I had been chosen to fill it. The letter went on to enumerate my duties, to prevent the spread of historical lies that would sully the name of our illustrious nation. As high-ranking officer in the Sultan's swarm, I was deemed to be in a particularly unique position to serve as an arbiter. I knew that there were other members of the organization, but was told nothing of their names or identities. To think that my unknown compatriots were the victims all along. I can not put any more lives in danger. I will sequester myself in a place where my presence can cause no harm, until such time as the killer is apprehended.
Your concern for our well-being is most touching, Miss Phyllis, but there is no need for such caution. As a seasoned inspector, I'm more than capable of protecting a lady in distress, and as a gentleman, that is exactly what I shall do. My associate here also stand at your side. Speaking of which, has anyone seen my loyal assistant?
Inspector, over here. No.
Ah, there you are, Nashu. You really shouldn't run off on your own like that. I was worried sick about you.
I'm sorry, Inspector. Miss Ellie said she saw somebody in the shadows, so I went to take a look. Now, there wasn't anything there but a dormouse, but it was a really cute dormouse, you see. It just kept squeaking and scurrying away, and I just...
Pardon me for a moment, Nashu. Yes, my inspector's sense, it speaks to me. Someone is watching us, Jane. Let us split up and canvass our surroundings.
Oh no! Now we're questing with them. Oh god, who could have seen that coming? A water-stained letter lies conspicuously on the floor. Be wary and be warned. That is not helpful. I'm going to need a lot more than that. A second water-stained letter lies on the floor. The water-stained letter reads, "Trust no one, and your friends all the less." And a third water-stained letter lies conspicuously on the floor. It says, "This will avail you well. Use it wisely." You obtain a satchel of demasking dust. In the next instant, you feel an intimidating presence behind you.
Ho, ho, ho! If it isn't my beloved son's staunch companion, the mighty Jane. I was in the area on a matter of business which I curtailed when I felt a suspicious presence from the shadows. Pursuing it led me here. Mayhap it is the same for you.
I read some letters.
Oh, so your pursuit of the thief of many faces has taken quite the unexpected turn, and now you have come upon a series of anonymous letters. Mayhap our watcher in the shadows is a friend, or is this but another trap laid by the fiend? Yes, the plot thickens like a dollop of salamander oil. In either event, I dare say the circumstances call for utmost caution. The thief could be anywhere, or anyone. Myself excluded, of course. No mere mask could replicate the physique of this Mandeville man. That said, I fear my dear Hildy may be in a bit over his head this time. Allow me to assist in your investigation. Were anything to happen to Hildibrand, his dear mother would not be pleased.
Uh-oh. Alright. Here we go. We can do this. When you hear the word dollop, you instantly assume you're talking about sour cream. No. We were talking about salamander oil, which we got to rub on our dear Hildibrand earlier. We got to rub it many, many times.
If the serpent speaks true, the villain even now lurks within our midst. And yet, we have but a single sachet of demasking dust at our disposal. We must identify the imposter beyond a reasonable doubt before we proceed. You know the players better than I, Jane. What say you have a few words with each of them and see if aught seems amiss?
I am doomed to share the same fate as the others. I'd sooner die than become one of those things. Why don't we push your three faces together and throw it on all of you? Miss Ellie is the Phantom Thief. It is the only logical conclusion, and yet I cannot but help feel another truth still evades us. Inspector Buriadine told me all about it. Who'd have thunk Miss Ellie was the Phantom Thief all this time? She sure fooled me. Push them together. Push them together.
Nothing particularly odd about any of them, you say? Well, it stands to reason the fiend would not take such a risk if he were not utterly confident that he could pull off the ruse.
Curses. This one's not half the fool his son is. I must elude him, and quickly. Time is of the essence. I questioned the Sultan sworn outside. To a man, they insist they have seen naught of Miss Ellie. Wherever could she have gone? For father? Oh, what brings you here? Yes, finally the pieces are coming together. Now, if you would kindly stand still and shut up, the fiend already stands among us.
Inspector Bryardine, I should hope they are not doubting me.
Well, I am quite convinced that even a master impersonator would struggle to recreate your particular brand of idiocy. The fact remains that anyone here who has spent even a moment alone must be considered a suspect. The thief has proven to be highly efficient at assuming new identities.
An astute observation, my gangly friend. I'd say this occasion calls for a dose or two of that powder Jane found here earlier. There wouldn't happen to be another sachet or two lying about, would there?
What remains of our supply has already been distributed to the search party, but worry not. They should be reporting back within a bell's time. Time may be against me, but just you watch. I'll wiggle my way out of this and turn you into the reeking, drooling corpse you deserve to be.
I fear that is more than time than we can afford, Miss Phyllis. Fortunately, my powers of deduction will lay the fiend's face bare within minutes. We all know that, given the choice, the thief prefers to impersonate familiar personages. As Miss Ellie has only had passing interactions with my dear father, we can safely eliminate him from consideration. That leaves myself, Nashu, and Jane here. Nashu and I, in particular, have had close and extended relationship with our suspect. I shall begin by questioning mine own assistant. I assure you that none know her better than I.
Oh, brilliant reasoning as ever, Inspector. Go on. Ask me anything. Of all the times for this overstuffed buffoon to start talking sense. If he asks me anything too obscure, my cover is as good as blown.
My relationship with Nachu is so close, I dare say at times. It is as if we share a mind. If this Nashu is truly my ever-loyal assistant, she should have no trouble in completing my thoughts. I'm of Mandeville. I'm Mandeville.
Man.
Yes. Doing only what, a Mandeville?
Can.
From peaks of Querthos to Thanalan, Mandeville.
Man, you're the best, Inspector.
A perfect score. You may rest easy, dear friends. This is unmistakably, unequivocally, indubitably the true Nashu.
Oh, I've never loved you more than now, you marvelous muttonhead, you.
Nashu, is something the matter? Just because you picked up a few more wrinkles beneath your eyes, there's no need to avert that charming face of yours.
Wrinkles, wrinkles, look who's talking, you crusty, cretinous old... genius Inspector. The charade is up, Miss Ellie.
Miss Ellie, you somehow look different.